Welcome back to A Celtic State of Mind. I'm Paul John Dykes and I'm joined today by Jim Simonetti, Lawrence Connolly and Danny Kelly to give you our full-time reaction after an emphatic 5-0 defeat of Ross County. Before we do anything else, here is Danny Kelly with Celtic, My Heart and My Soul.
Oh, Celtic, 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 my heart and my soul. I've followed the teams of the past and watched history unfold. Going to Parkhead with my dad and my brother. It's true what they say, we're a club like no other. The colours that flow through my veins are all green, white and gold. The sun, it shines down as we're walking along London Road. The Green Brigade burst into song and the jungle explodes. So what does it mean to be Celtic and how does it feel? To pull on the hoops and be fearless like Billy McNeil. Oh, Celtic, 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 my heart and my soul. I followed the teams of the past and watched history unfold. Going to Parkhead with my dad and my brother. It's true what they say, we're a club like no other. The colours that flow through my veins are all green, white and gold. They came in their thousands to Lisbon, and Jock had a plan. He understood football was nothing without the fans. Nothing. We went to go down before Gemmell and Chalmers would save us. And our jerseys don't fit second best or inferior players. Oh, Celtic, 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 my heart and my soul. I followed the teams of the past and watched history unfold. Going to Parkhead with my dad and my brother. It's true what they say, we're a club like no other. The colours that flow through my veins are all green, white and gold. So what does it mean to be Celtic? How does it feel? To pull on the hoops and be fearless like Billy McNeil.
Absolutely excellent. By the way, you can
Danny.
feel it going through your veins, can't you?
Superb.
You can feel it. Fantastic. How good is it to be a Celtic supporter? And by the way, I'm thinking of a dear friend when you were singing that. God bless Mr. Tommy Gilmer, who passed away. Very dear friend of mine many years ago. John Gilmer's dad. Brilliant. Jinky Gilmer's dad as well. Mark and Thomas. Brilliant.
We could just have a wee session if you want.
Let's have a sing song. Come on. By the way,
need to swap this water out for Guinness.
but Paul,
Has the Scottish Government banned sessions?
well, we don't know. But isn't it great that you can come along and you can sing a wee song and it goes, hopefully it came out well there over the channels, and you still feel the passion, can't you?
Brilliant.
It's great. So it's important that we sing our songs and we tell our stories in years to come, isn't it? Brilliant. I love that, Mary.
It was a post-match with a difference. Lawrence, what's your thoughts on that second half?
Magic, a continuation from the first half.
What, woeful?
Well, the best woeful performance of the season, I think. Maybe Kevin Green will need to reassess it.
I mean, that poor boy there, right? I mean, Paul, as you know, I'm not been educated for all these big fancy words and all these different things that come along with it. But no disrespect, even a false nine I've learnt about the other day. But I know, and I hope the viewers and the listeners all cheer when I say this. The only false nine that I know is when Rangers get 9 in a row. That was a false nine. That's a false nine. That's the top of my list for a false nine, But not to be happy with the balance and the side the side's formation, implementation of the formation. What does that mean, Paul? You're an educated boy and a writer. Explain it to me. The only word I understand there is woeful. If Celtic's woeful today, by the way, I'm so happy at the goals and the way we played. I must be. I can't be a coach because I thought the balance was good at times. I thought it was excellent. The play, the finishing was. I'm graphing one here, aren't I? Right. But it was brilliant. What a great result, great song. I'm happy. Thank God I don't drink.
Listen, that team's putting a smile on their face. 1 to 11.
Absolutely.
1 to 11 they perform
Sorry,
well.
Paul.
The keeper's grown into it. He's making saves. He's claiming balls. 3 new centre halves together. Brilliant. One of them scores it, and then he's hit a shot for 35 yards. On the left, Jamesy Forrest is looking good. Frimpong's running to the right. We've got a midfield that's looking balanced and settled. Correct. You've got a Jetty banging in goals for fun, and French Eddie's just French Eddie. Then your subs come on. All right, Polish Paddy can maybe have scored, but does he get goes in, scores? We might have found a position fella in Usi. He's contributing more in that game than he has all season so far. 1 assist, and he's bringing your wingers in, he's sliding boys through. And then we get to see Turnbull and Sorrow in the park.
2 centre-backs scoring as well. How good is that? Coming up, bang. And big man, move it Duffy, Paul. Get out my way. Get out my way. It's my ball. Bang, right through. Attacking that ball like he should. What a goal.
He even knocked his own player out the road.
That's out my way. It's
reminded me of Chris Sutton. That's my ball.
It's my ball.
My ball. You know.
Now, you've made a few good points here. Let's start off with Duffy. As a debut.
They put foot wrong.
9 out of 10 again.
They put a foot wrong.
Brilliant.
What's he losing marks for?
He's losing marks for that first challenge in the first half where he kind of fell asleep. He did catch it, but at the same stage, that's your first challenge of the game. He's coming straight for you. All you need to do is take the ball. But he's
thank God it's for that, because I thought you were going to say for no scoring for 35 yards.
All right, 8.5.
Danny, you're right, but Danny, what a dream.
Oh,
if he has waited all his life to play for the greatest club in the world, Glasgow Celtic, if he's waited for that, he comes on. No, he comes in, isn't he? Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
You can tell he's waited all his life by the way he took that goal. Get out of my way, I'm coming through, steamrolling this, and that's meeting the back of the net.
Last summer, on his holidays, he was singing about 10 in a row. This season, he's here for it, he's going to win it.
I like that.
No, you're right, Lawrence, and I think that, when we were sitting there watching Duffy, that's what we've been waiting for. Julian and Ayer, all of a sudden, all that ball playing, that's great, and you've got the big man at the back who can just shore it up. You made a point about Ayer. Ayer's been one of these players who's been mentioned time and time again. He wants a move. His agent's been pushing for a move. There's been talk at AC Milan, multi-million pounds. He was playing with a smile on his face.
Without doubt, playing with a smile. I tell you, helped him play with a smile. Jim touched on it watching the game. Scott Brown's dropping back. It lets a centre-half spread. You've got Duffy in the middle, Brown there. It lets Ayer or Julian bomb forward. That was a centre-forward finish. Where did that come from?
I was going to come on to that. You're bang on. He just sat back and let them play. You go on, you go. I'll just sit here. I'll take care of things. Brilliant.
New message there for you, Jim, from Sevy Neptune on YouTube. Good to see the Simi I know and love giving it pelters.
Well done, Sevy. Brilliant. I hope you're fine there in the US of A, my dear friend.
When thinking back to the comments that Lennon made yesterday in relation to transfers, I'm hoping now what he meant with that is there's nobody departing. If we can continue with that team that we watched today, a few others to come back. We've already lost Rogic, Griffiths, and the one who shall not be named. 3 guys who would be first team players.
Well, Rogic's still here, is he not?
He is, but it was almost as if we'd almost like...
We'd written him off, hadn't we?
We'd written him off.
I don't think we can. I think he'll still be that guy that Lennon will put him in the squad, and he'll probably put him in for the first cup final, Scottish Cup final, just for the laugh of it. Because we'll be 5-0 up and he'll go, I just scored the 6th one.
The first Scottish Cup final, I like that.
He'll play at Ibrox, just to curl one in for 30 yards or something. To show it's down.
We've got Duffy for that now, doing the Nakamura just blasted.
Who would be a man of the match? Would it be Duffy?
That's tough to say.
It's a good performance.
For me, it was Ayer.
Mm-hmm.
A centre forward's finished from nowhere, and then he was just running through the centre of the park, as we said earlier, just galloping like Shergar straight through the middle of the field, not giving a damn.
Shergar, eh?
Just blasting through everybody, and no one was willing to take him on.
it doesn't seem to do it at pace. I know he is moving at a rate of knots, but just the way his body moves, he just glides, doesn't he?
Aye.
Just gallops forward. And we talk about midfielders being box to box. We know that Ajer was a midfield player, and some people even suggested he would be better in that position. I like him where he is. I like him breaking from the back and then starting a move. Another thing that I was very interested to watch, I've been very critical this season of our corner kicks. There was 2 games I counted 17 corners. We got nothing from them.
You've been critical, yes. You have been.
Today we tried something different because Christie's on the bench. McGregor was swinging them in from one end. The other end we were playing it short, and I thought we were more effective.
Way more effective. With Christie, it's just right. Just take the ball, kick it into the box, hope for the best. With McGregor, it's you know that he can find someone.
It's educated, isn't it, Danny? It's educated.
We've got 3 centre halves, 6'4" plus now. Jeez, you know, we need to be getting that ball in the box. And it might not be the first ball, but certainly with Shane Duffy, it's going to be a few times this season, it's going to be the first ball. But it should certainly be the second or third ball. We should be getting a lot of play over the players that high in the box.
You know, we look at the game today. Sorry, please don't think any disrespect to young Kevin there and whatever with the stuff we put in, but it was just been put across in a passionate way. And everybody's entitled to their opinion, but isn't it great that there's room for improvement to become even better? You made a valid point earlier on in the show there, Lawrence. You don't want to peak too early. You want to win the games. Then you let as we go. If you play a sweeter, lovely, better football, than great. But see, at the moment, play ugly, play whatever way. It doesn't matter for me to get the 3 points. I'm delighted today. Delighted for Neil Lennon. Delighted for the Celtic support. Delighted that we've got 3 points in the bag. Unbelievable. Brilliant.
Now
Delighted.
Toto is commenting on Twitter, where's all the Lennon haters now? Now, what I would like to say is there's no Lennon haters in this room.
No chance.
I was very critical of Neil Lennon after the Champions League result, and I stand by my criticism. I think what he's done today is he's played a formation that we have the personnel to fit, and it's worked an absolute dream. But Toto, you finish off by calling him the Lurgan Klopp. I love that.
Lurgan Klopp.
Love it.
But Paul,
Brown's best game of the season.
Aye,
Yeah,
it is.
I would say so.
But just to go back to Neil there, we've supported Neil Lennon. I know I have personally. You have. I've been criticising for the ways he support him, but I'll support Neil Lennon through thick, through the bad, through everything, good, bad, indifference. He's a Celtic manager. He's our leader. He's the guy who is going to be instrumental in getting us to this historic year and what we're looking for. I said that at the beginning of the season. We spoke about it, Paul, and I still believe it. I know it's Ross County, no disrespect to them, but it's 3 magical points for me. Every game is 3 magical points. And Neil Lennon, we stand by you. There's no Neil Lennon haters. There's none.
This is one of the things that I find surprising is people say Neil Lennon can't do it. Neil Lennon was the man who put that team out against Barcelona. And I know that people go back to that and people can say, well, that's just a one-off. But he was that man who built that team.
Huh?
He put that team on the park.
Neil
Lennon is actually, he'll go down in the history books this season as being the only manager to win 4 domestic trophies in a single season, will he not? 2 Scottish Cups, the Scottish League Cup and the Premier
Chuck
League.
Stein.
Did he win 4?
Glasgow Cup, League Cup, Scottish Cup, League in 67, and then the European Cup.
Yeah,
The
5.
Glasgow Cup was something to play for. But 4 domestics in the European Cup.
There you go. So then it'd be the first. Well,
Since I thought you meant since Jock Stein. Yeah.
What I would say, I mean, obviously the Glasgow Cup was, as you say, it was a competitive trophy back then, but it's a good point you make. You know, it would be a record-breaking season. What I was saying in the first half to yourself, Lawrence, and I'll return to this. This is starting to look like a Neil Lennon side, and what I mean by that is he's signed 5 players this pre-season. All 5 of them featured today. It's starting to look like a Neil Lennon team. You know, and the biggest part for me at the moment is looking at Duffy at the back because we've been crying out for that style of player. But let's also talk about Barkas. He's came in for some criticism this week. How do you feel he performed today, Lawrence?
He makes the saves when he's asked. Second half, he's starting to come out and claim balls. You heard him shouting keepers.
Yeah.
He's definitely coming in. I generally don't see what Barkas has done wrong. He's not had a howler for us. You're looking at Ferran Faros. It's not the goalkeeper's mistake. Could he have done better? Maybe. But you know that once El Hamid's made that mistake, you know there's a chance that the player's going to score. I generally don't see what Barkas has done wrong in the game. He's making his saves. He's starting to command his box. What do we want for a keeper?
Clean sheet.
A clean sheet.
That's all you need.
Clean sheet.
Precisely.
That's what you want.
I mean, when you're looking at the formation of that back three, with Duffy being the pivot in the middle, and it's a new goalkeeper, it might take a few weeks to blend, you know, but that's fine. I think we've got the personnel at the back. That's my biggest concern. If Lennon doesn't go out and sign anyone else, would you be happy to go for the rest of this season with the 5 trophies that we're playing for?
Aye. I think he's done good business. Danny's touched on it. He's building a team. You've touched it. It's a Neil Lennon team. That 10-15 minutes we got for Mo Elanusi creates one, and it's feeding the wingers. You might actually have found a position for him now.
Let's talk about Elanusi. Let's talk about him then, because obviously we're playing Forrest on the left, Frimpong, one of your favourites, Danny, on the right. Quite happy with the balance of that. I was quite happy with the balance of that. And I think Forrest looks comfortable on the left. He always likes coming on the right anyway. You know, even when it's on his left, he kicks it with his right. So when you're looking at the balance there, is Elanusi and Encham, as well as Christian, the guys you're looking for in that support man role behind the front two?
Definitely. I think on Mo's performance there, you're kind of looking, God, we found a position for him.
We were talking about there, weren't we, Lawrence? And it was that could be a good position for him. And if he gets a couple of a lot more confidence as well, and the game time, I think he'll be fine. You know that?
Aye,
I think he'll be fine.
Klimala comes on, misses probably another sitter, but he scores a goal.
Listen, that's some defending. That's cleared off the line. The boys broke his neck to get back there and clear that. Paddy set up with a lot of power. You know, 99 times out of 100, that's back in the net. You've got to put your hands up and go, if that was a Celtic player, Jim, you touched on it, if that's a Celtic player that's made that goal line clearance, you're going, what a clearance. What a clearance. But you're right, Paddy's seat doesn't drop. He's making his runs and he gets his goals, gets his reward.
But that's the makings and the difference here, a good professional. That if you make a mistake in the game, you can't dwell on it. It's done, gone. You move on. You must move on in the game. What's done's done. You can't change it. And there he's come in with that second goal. Which I thought, actually, Paul, I thought the second strike he had there and the goal that he scored was possibly harder than the first one.
Aye.
I'm just going through my head. Aye.
He doesn't have the time there.
No get his time. Aye.
We've got three strikers in the squad today. All three of them score a goal. I was very, very impressed with Ayeti. I think he's getting the fitness that we were maybe looking for as well. Good point by Lawrence. He wasn't scared to track back. We know that Edouard's not the biggest fan of doing that, but Ayeti might be the man to do it. We've got 3 strikers all getting a goal today. How far away are we from ever seeing Lee Griffiths back in a Celtic jersey?
Lee Griffiths isn't taking Ayeti's form in this, is he? You're not going to drop Ayeti in this kind of form?
No danger.
You know, that was first half, 86 minutes, Danny worked out 3 goals.
I think I was a critic of Ayeti at the beginning. He didn't look fit. And he wasn't ready. Obviously, he's taken off today. But how can you argue with his score tally?
Aye, that's it.
Now, you can't. If he's unfit and he can score like this, being unfit, keep it going.
Yeah,
keep it going.
It's like you're saying. Obviously, Barkas first 15-20 minutes didn't come out, didn't claim a ball. Fair enough. That's a negative point, but clean sheet at the end of the day. Same with the Yeti. If he might not be the fittest, but his job is one thing and one thing only: shoot, score.
Absolutely.
And if he does it, happy
and you're
days.
right. See, when the Yeti gets fit, he's going to be like the Yeti man. They'll not be able to find him or get near him on the park. That's what he's. No, honestly, I didn't mean that to be funny. But everybody's trying to find his Yeti man in his day. He will be like that on the park if he gets himself. Where is he? Can't he see him? Oh, he was there a minute ago. Aye, very good. The Yeti man's here. He's everywhere. It's a bit like Cadetti, isn't it?
Oh, Cadetti.
See, when you think about it, you know what I'm saying. There's only one George Cadetti. He gets the ball. He puts in the netty. Now we've got Yeti who puts the ball in the netty. How good is that?
You look at playing 2 up front. As a centre half, you go on. We can play 1 up front. It's easier to mark Edward. You play Edward and Ayeti up front. So the centre half, she must be going, who's picking who up here? Listen, we need 2 to mark both of these guys. We need 4 centre halves in the park all of a sudden.
I know.
You're kind of going, we are going to score a barrel load with it.
Paul, what have you put in my tea?
That's one of your major issues as well. You've got your 4 defenders. You think Ayeti, right? He's fit.
Yeah.
He's a threat. Edward, he's fit. He's a threat. We need 2 on each of them. Oh no! Here comes Big Ayer. Here comes Big Duffy. Here comes Big Julian. Who's marking them?
Who's picking up? Who's picking
Nobody,
up?
because they're all too short.
What's the average
can't
height of
two-man
the 3
Frimpong
defenders, Danny? What's the average height of the 3 defenders?
6'5", I think.
Is
6
that
foot
right?
6'5".
6'4", 6'5".
And this is going to free up Frimpong and Jamesy Forrest. They
To
can't
run.
double team them in the wings.
Both of them can
You,
score.
you know what I mean? They can score.
Frimpong the day was sending him for a fifth supper and they didn't even know they'd been for it. He's away. He's gone, you know what I mean? He's brilliant.
What I liked about Klimala, looking at the confidence of the boy, is he's obviously worked hard, and Lennon gave him, he gave him that when he was talking about his conditioning coming back from pre-season. One of the chances that he got was laid on by Eduard, the other one's laid on by Yunus. It was almost as if the players were trying to help him along, giving him that wee bit of confidence, and that I was delighted when he scored the goal. The other boy that we seen didn't have much time on the pitch, but it was brilliant to see him in the hoops, was Turnbull. How big a part is he going to play in this season?
I think it'll be huge. Him and Sorrell. Midfield is, a lot of time when games are lost or won, you need to dominate that midfield, and first line of defence in it, and first line attack. So we need to bleed these players in, and it goes back to getting our young players or players we buy, we need to get them game time, and we need to find a way to do that. If we're signing players and they're sitting on the bench all the time, next player we got to go and sign.
We need a left back, guys. We definitely need a left back, though.
We do. We'll come back to that, Jim,
I tell you
because
what, see with some development.
Can I just ask the
Be
question?
Taylor's
Who
there.
played left back today?
nobody.
Why do we need a left back?
You'll need a left back if you're going back to that formation, but
do we
we
have
still
to go
need
back to
to
that
cover.
formation?
Aye,
There's so many other formations, 3-4-3s.
There'll come a time, Danny, that you will have to change the formation to suit the circumstances of the game, and it would be good to have somebody to cover in there. But because we've not got a left back, if I was to go to a 4-4-2 and there was a left back at the moment, it would be Aya and Julian on the left hand side for me.
I tell you what, beat Taylor, as much as it's stick, he always shows for the ball. He's a willing runner. I mean, how are we going to develop players if they don't make mistakes?
No, you're right.
We need to play, and he's a Scottish international, left back. He's played for them.
But we need backup, Lawrence, as
We
well.
definitely need
That's
backup.
what I'm saying. We need backup.
But you've got to do Taylor his chance as well. So you've got Aya can cover at fullback, but you've got Taylor as well. You've got the guy who, if he's no sold, he's going to be there as ultimate fallback. I know you don't like him. But
Sorry, Paul.
No, I don't take it personally, but I just think ball and goalie, there's no guarantee that we've seen the last of ball and goalie, and I'm just preparing myself for that. But Turnbull, he makes his debut. It coincides with Scott Brown's best performance of the season. It's good for Brown to have that, couple of midfielders on the bench, perhaps. Keep him on his toes.
Absolutely.
definitely, but you know what I liked about Brown today? You saw his experience, the wee cute passes, the way he's moving the ball with his feet. He's playing a wee short pass around the corner. He's knitting into the defence. He's letting, Julian or Aya maraud forward. He's covering up well. You're thinking,
That's
what?
it, Lawrence. Aye.
We might have said, people are out there saying, Brown's past it. You know what? Maybe just take another couple of games to get up to speed this season with an extra long way.
But as we're watching the second half here, Lawrence, you could just see it. You could see the experience coming in, and just knowing when just to be there and let others go. That's experience in abundance. Brilliant today.
It is the great thing that, as you were saying about Brown dropping back into the defence a wee bit, when Ayer's taking that ball, you do see Brown sidestep, let him go past, and then just start moving back a few yards as if to say, right, well, I'm here and I've got these 20 yards if needs be, but Ayer's already about 50 miles that way, heading towards Glasgow.
I think all the talk about transfers has been around Eduard, Incham and Ayer. For me, we need to keep all three of them.
Absolutely.
The other question mark is around someone like Ryan Christie. So for me, Ryan Christie's been a very important player. I don't want to lose any of these first team players. Do you think Celtic will sell before the October transfer window slams shut?
I think it'll come down to all looking and going, if Christie doesn't sign a new contract, I will let him walk out for nothing.
This is
Lennon's
the thing.
going to say, well, if we sell him and we get money in, who am I buying? Now, interestingly, we get 10 minutes out of Mo in the position that Christie plays. And you looked at a player, spent a bit of money in Mo. So it's maybe not as bad as if we'd been losing him last season. We're starting to look at options. Roger,
Comes down to the contract, doesn't it? I know. I know.
Do we let a player leave for nothing? I don't know.
I don't think
not a player like Ryan Christie.
you can't let anybody leave for nothing. We need the money.
Not even Bolingoli.
Bolingoli. No, I didn't say let him go for nothing. But
He's
an asset. He's an asset. We need the money. You need money to prosper. You need money to help you become better. So if you've got that finance and you've got an asset there, you've got to look at ways of getting that asset out the door to make money for the club to become better. And that's how we spoke about Kieran Tierney when he was getting in for a wee bit of stick. The money that he went for has helped Celtic be able to buy other players as well. So everything in its place. Bolingoli, I would look for the best price I could get for him and let the man go on his way.
I think any player, if they're not happy, Lennon touched on it a week or so ago. If they're not happy,
Where you
move.
go?
You go.
We'll assist you in your
Those players
departure.
were happy in the part today.
They looked
Ayer
happy to me.
smiling, Brown smiling, Eddie
Brilliant.
smiling. You know, they were playing with a smile on their face. The balance was there. We've found a system with balance that can put in fantastic performance. 5-0 at Dungwall. When was the last time?
Good point.
Well, we were talking about that before. It's one of the fixtures, you don't look forward to it in terms of a Celtic team travelling up there. It's sometimes a stuffy game, loads of men behind the ball, and we've tore them apart today. Better in the second half than the first, granted, but I did feel that there was a good balance to that. Now I'm going to ask Danny to start getting himself prepared because we're going to finish this particular podcast with another wee tune. This is a podcast with a difference. It's the full-time reaction. We've already had a live song from Danny. We're going to have another one very, very soon.
See, just before you go, Paul, obviously we're dear friends. We became friends. Des and Erin.
Yes.
Could you say a wee special word for Des at the moment as well? That he's, let's just say, need so many prayers for him, and let's hope he gets a wee bit better over the next 24 hours.
Yep, Des joined us in here, Jim. It was a very emotional day. We've been in touch with his daughter and also his wife. Just keep Des McElroy in your thoughts and your prayers.
Please.
All right. And Danny, can you tell us what your final song's going to be today?
Well, this is a special request, especially for Mr. Paul John Dykes. And this is Home to Donegal. The lights of London are far behind. Thoughts of homeland are crowding my mind. Familiar places come into view. I see my home now. Soon I will see you. We'll talk to the old folks. They're getting on. Treat them to late nights and sing a few songs. We'll talk of the neighbours and life in the town. There's so much to tell them. Days fly around. Well, this is my homeland, the place I was born in. No matter where I roam, it's in my soul. My feet may wander 1,000 places, but my heart will lead me back home to my Donegal. And then tomorrow we'll take a walk down to St. Mary's, to a sheltered spot. We'll kneel and pray there for the ones that have gone, and I'll hope they are proud of their wandering son. Well, this is my homeland, the place I was born in. No matter where I roam, it's in my soul. My feet may wander 1,000 places, but my heart will lead me back home to my Donegal. Yes, my heart will lead me back home to my Donegal. Thank you.
Thank you, everybody, for joining us on A Celtic State of Mind. We'll be back on Monday with the Bulletin at 12:30. And thank you, Danny Kelly, for 2 fantastic renditions just to finish off a 5-0 victory. All the best, guys.